everyone. I'm Rob Thomas, editor-in-chief of Club and Resort Business, and welcome to another episode of the Club and Resort Talks podcast. Today's guest is Mike Attara. He's the president of Spirit Golf Management. We talk about the company's growth and initiatives and so on and so forth. There's a lot going on in the New York, Jersey area right now with this with Spirit Golf, and Mike was a terrific interview. We even get in that little crystal ball, like 5 years, 10 years down the road. But before we get to Mike, I want to tell you that today's episode is sponsored by Force Supply. Force Supply has been a leader in the clubhouse and club supply industry for 80 years. Founded in 1945, Force Supply began by operating out of a two-car garage on Chicago's Northwest Side. Almost 8 decades later, much has changed in the industry, but Force Supply remains a leader and innovator, still focused on being a one-stop shop for all customers. Learn more at forcesupply.com. With our sponsor taken care of, thank you, Force Supply. I want to tell you a little bit about what's in the news, and we're going to start down in Florida. This Florida club is undergoing a $12 million transformation to inspire the next generation. The Miami Lakes Golf Club is revitalizing the golf experience while also introducing new amenities such as shopping, dining, entertainment, and residential components. Several new putting greens have been integrated into the layout specifically for youth practice, offering designated spaces where children can learn to play without interfering with regular course activities. It's all about growing the game down there, and they've got a long history of doing that. So good on that club, and look forward to seeing what's going to go on and how that transformation is going to positively affect youth golf and the Grow the Game initiatives. Next up, let's shoot over to Arizona, where a club is just completed a desert restoration project. The club at Star Pass in Tucson removed invasive species such as salt cedar, African sumac, and bufflegrass, opening the doors for native plants to flourish and local wildlife to thrive. The invasive species removal was carried out by a team of environmental specialists in partnership with local conservation experts, ensuring minimal disruption to the natural habitat. Seems like I shouldn't say a little, it's a huge undertaking, obviously, but to get that stuff that was maybe brought in for beautification purposes, maybe takes over the area, and it takes a lot of water to keep non-native species alive. So by putting back or allowing the natural area to thrive, really cutting back on area that needs to be maintained and watered. So that's not the first club to do it, but the club at Star Pass is certainly most recent, and good on them. Last but not least, we're going to go inside the courtroom. McConnell Golf has filed a lawsuit against the Cincinnati Insurance Company in the Wake County Superior Court in North Carolina for its refusal to fully cover extensive damages suffered by three McConnell Golf properties during Hurricane Helene in September of last year. If you recall, right after that time, shortly thereafter, and stuff was still kind of a mess down there. Aaron James, the general manager of the country club at Asheville, joined us on the podcast. You can go back and find him. I'll link it here as well. But he talked about everything that was going on and the devastation in the area. It was very, very fresh. So I really appreciated him joining us. But a lot going on down there, and McConnell Golf's paid a lot of premiums to insurance, and Cincinnati Insurance did pay out certain amounts, but far less than what the documented damage and needs certainly does not cover a fraction of that. So we'll keep an eye on that and keep you posted as well. With all of that taken care of, let's get to Mike Attara, president of Spirit Golf Management, and see what he's up to. Hello, and welcome back to the Club and Resort Talks podcast. I'm joined by Mike Attara, president of Spirit Golf Management. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Glad to be here.
Hey, thank you for appearing.
Yeah.
If you could, real quick, before we get into the meat and potatoes, give me an elevator pitch. What is Spirit Golf Management all about?
Yeah. So Spirit Golf's been around since 2009. I founded the company, been a regional golf management company. We're somewhat boutique. We work in the Northeast region, New Jersey, PA, and a little bit in New York. Um, Worked at some of the bigger firms over the years, kind of saw how that growth model worked and decided, from a PGA professional standpoint, I thought there was more we could be doing on the ground, boots on the ground, a little more time, a little more face time. So, we've kind of kept ourselves somewhat small by design and we spend a lot of time with our clients and take care of our properties. So myself, Kevin Byrne, who's my vice president, another PJ professional. He's been with me, gosh, about 20 plus years before we were with Spirit and came on board as our vice president. And he runs golf operations for us, and he happens to be the current New Jersey PGA president right now. So great guy, been in the industry a long time, and adds a lot to a lot of value to our company. So we have a few other folks, F&B, agronomists. We got some just a really solid team that works alongside us, and we really just kind of hands-on. We focus a lot on customer service, obviously, and really trying to make sure we're developing new players and improving the numbers. So that's our focus. A lot of player development, a lot of growth, and a lot of community around it.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, speaking of community, you recently participated in National Golf Day in
Yeah,
Washington, D.C. on behalf, I believe, the NGCOA.
yeah.
We had Jay Karen on the podcast not too long ago, and New Jersey Golf. What was the experience like, and what message did you leave with?
Yeah, my first go around, so it was a blast actually. Just good to be out there with everybody in the industry and just seeing the challenge of what it takes to get things moving in Congress, and at the same time, so impressed by the efforts and communication and really just the overall dynamic. I mean, we hosted, I think, 256 meetings in one day. So we were everywhere and everywhere, just everywhere on on Capitol Hill that day. It was great. So the message really, you got to keep it kind of short and sweet with them. You don't have a lot of time, and they got a lot going on. They're busy people like we all are. So just trying to get our message a point. There's three bills that are out there right now. The Farm Bill is an important one for turf grass and the turf grass industry on a whole, and just trying to be included in that so they recognize the golf industry and other turf groups, that's an important part of our environment and supporting that. Um, the Fit Bill, which is really about healthcare and trying to include golf into a healthcare package where people can actually use it for fitness and mental health and all the positive values that you and I know golf brings to us, and letting them use some of their credits on their healthcare to take lessons, maybe use it for green fees and access to equipment. So that was another important one. And then there's another bill out there, the PAR bill, that goes back to 1975. They put golf in kind of the sin category back in the day. And we know that's not the case anymore. We know golf and public golf's the majority of our golf now, and access is out there for everybody. So, just antiquated old bill, and we're just trying to get that one knocked off so that we're not in that mix.
You're doing God's work out there, and we all know that. I think we've all sinned on the golf course, unfortunately, but it's not a sin to play golf. It's fantastic. Hey,
That's right.
Five Ponds Golf Club.
Yeah.
Recently, I think the Eastern Regional Course of the Year by NGCOA. Fantastic. Congratulations. What does that recognition mean to you and your team?
Those are the important things, right? You work so hard and the team puts out every day and just, working long hours and giving everything they got and to see that and to work with a township. This one's township owned. Worked with them since 2014, and the collaboration has been fantastic, and it really shows how important that is. So with us as managers to be heard and to see that the value's there and what we're providing, and their support. They 2019, golf course is built in 88, so irrigation was 30 plus years old. They gave us an irrigation system, really allowed us to kind of take the golf course to a new level. Golf course conditioning is fantastic here. The greens are better than, most of the private clubs in the area. Everybody comes over and just like, wow. And we do 50,000 plus rounds a year. So to see that is, hats off to our superintendent, Kurt Jensen, does a tremendous job. But that collaboration keeps growing. Now our food and beverage department, we took over food and beverage in 17 after they had a contractor in, a separate contractor for a while. They saw the value of kind of letting us handle the entire operation. And then once that happened, food and beverage has tripled at this point. So looking at potentially a new clubhouse coming up in the next year or two. So, adding banquets, adding simulators, adding things that we know are big value pieces for the golf industry.
No kidding. Banquets, big money. Obviously, simulators year round.
Yeah.
What rain or shine, to get out there and play, and the members can enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Spirit Golf Management recently added Fairways Golf Club to the
Yeah.
portfolio. What made this course a good fit, and how are you approaching growth and community engagement there?
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really neat golf property. Smaller course. Really fun golf course, great conditioning. Superintendent happens to be a part owner, and he is focused on the grounds. And so he was really excited to have us in. His other partner is she's looking to retire. She's been there 36 years at this point, so she's been managing the club herself for a long time. And so with her trying to step back a little bit, they saw us as a great fit. We're very close to them in the marketplace. Bucks County, Pennsylvania is some. We have 4 properties here that we manage in Bucks County alone, and so they knew of us. They knew of Five Ponds, they knew Makefield, they knew a few of the other properties that we run, and so once we got a chance to sit with them, it really clicked. So doing some fun stuff over there. They opened up a little tavern a few years ago, so really trying to highlight the tavern, getting the music going, the menus updated, banquets and events, those type of things. So a lot of fun going on. We got the pro shop merchandise, which they never really had. Brought their first golf professional to them. They haven't had a PGA member for I don't know how long. It's been 30 probably plus years. So, and they're really seeing how important it is to have that collaboration with a golf professional and the customers and members and the league play that they have there. So a lot of fun.
So you'd mentioned the Bucks County division of the PGA Junior League. You've introduced that, or you're launching that across Spirit Golf facilities. What
Yeah.
inspired this initiative, and what impact you hope it has on junior golf in the region?
Yeah, yeah. PGA Junior League goes way back in my career, even when it first started. We were highly involved in the pilot program in New Jersey. So it just made perfect sense. We were doing golf in schools pretty heavily at that time in New Jersey, and we just saw, that connection point really from taking them from the school, kind of that little league of golf opportunity, and just keep that flow to the golf course and getting them connected with a golf professional was perfect. So fast forward now, and we're seeing numbers that are just tremendous. And the connection that the kids really get and the families get to the golf course, it becomes their home club, makes them feel really a part of something. And the team atmosphere is really cool for the kids. So we were fortunate, all our clubs were active in PGA Junior League. And so they just said, "Hey guys, you guys got it all going on. Why don't you just start your own internal league?" So we did that this year.
So you and Kevin Byrne have all been very active in growing the game initiatives throughout,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, long time. Yeah,
You, I believe, were honored with the New Jersey PGA's Professional Development Award. I
Yeah.
think Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, received the Bill Strausberg Award.
Yeah.
How do these awards reflect your shared values and mission as leaders?
Yeah, I think both awards really kind of hit home for us because, it's a lot about what we give back and it's a lot about mentoring. And, we've been fortunate enough to have a lot of golf professionals, a lot of assistants, a lot of just food and beverage, and, you name it, even our marketing folks. We got a lot of marketing interns that work for us. And, it is awesome to see these, young men and women kind of grow and move into their career and make their way, and whether that's in the golf industry or in marketing or food and beverage, it's really nice to see. So both hit home for us. It's just something we do kind of innately. I think that's part of our success. And we look at our team, and we've been really fortunate to have just people around us and with us for years and years and years. So it's really cool.
Well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Uh, as if you're not busy enough already, you were nominated as Treasurer Secretary of
Yeah.
the Pennsylvania Golf Course Owners Association. What priorities do you hope to bring to that role as it evolves?
Yeah, it's a great organization, trying to reach out to more of the owners in Pennsylvania. We're a small group right now. We've had great success. We hired Ron Stepanek as our executive director about a year and a half ago. He's about a year and a half in at this point. Ron worked for me in the past and was the past PGA player development director for PGA National. So he's got a wealth of experience and just great connections. He kind of gets what we're trying to do. So yeah, it's great. We've grown quite a bit. We're making a lot of inroads and getting to know more owners and just trying to grow that organization. So we have a good footprint in PA, and we can share. It's just a great opportunity to share amongst each other. We all see so many of the same things, and we're all fighting the same battles. And whether it's HR or regulations or whatever it is, it's really nice to be able to pick up the phone and just talk to somebody that's a peer and, kick it around, and you never know what comes out of it. So we're doing a lot of that.
I've mentioned on previous podcasts that the collaboration, the partnership, the teamwork across the industry. It could be a
Yeah.
golf course across the street that's direct competitor, but superintendent has a yellow spot on the greens he can't figure out. Happy to come over and help out. So it's a beautiful thing in the golf industry, and I love it. Thumbs up on that. You'd mentioned we talked about the PGA Junior League and growing the game a little bit.
Yeah.
More families and younger golfers are entering the league or entering the game, especially since COVID.
Yeah.
How is Spirit Golf adapting to this shifting demographic, both on the golf course and in the clubhouse?
Yeah, really, you have to, right? Everywhere. It's a good point. So driving range right now is a big piece of what we do. And even if we don't have driving range, we're putting up hitting bays, short game areas, whatever we can do to give them a good entry point and access. And then the PGA professionals, having PGA junior leaders at all our clubs is really helpful. So we have a couple of great professionals who really focus on the junior programming. Really kind of recognized for Op 36 and a couple of the other programs that they run. So those things really help, and using the range and the putting green and really introducing them. Short tees, obviously, on the golf course, trying to teach people that they can play from the right tee marker, enjoy the game. Op 36 helps it a lot with the kids because they start figuring that out right away. They can make a par from 50 yards out. It's kind of fun, so that's all good stuff. And then, right through the clubhouse and tee times, we're youth on course at all our clubs. So offering that $5 option for the kids and kind of work it within your program. Each club's a little different and needs are different and availability of tee times are different. So, just trying to fit that in. But those are important things. They have to get on the golf course. And, that's a nice way to kind of introduce them. The family can come play and the kid's only paying $5. It's great. So they get out there and play. And, like you said, the clubhouse is kind of key too. You got to be able to welcome them in, the right menu items on the menu. So, it's kid friendly and they can enjoy the restaurant experience as well.
Chicken fingers and French fries. Hot dogs go a long way. I love it. Still for this kid. I always get people out on this question. I
Yeah.
ask you to take your crystal ball out. I want you to
Yeah.
look down 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. What do you think some of the greatest opportunities we have ahead of us? Also, on the flip side, some of the biggest challenges we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gosh, I mean, I think opportunities we kind of saw out of COVID kind of coming, seeing, younger folks out there playing golf again, really enjoying the experience. And, what I've noticed right away is they're still out there, right? COVID's long gone, not long gone, unfortunately, still hopping around a little bit, but not like where we were. And, we're still seeing them playing golf. I think the work cycle has changed, what a work week looks like and hybrid work. I still think there's a lot of opportunity for people working remotely, and those things are providing opportunity for the golf course. We just looked into a really cool uh, program that we might be doing at a few of our courses. We're putting in these modular buildings to allow us to have some flex workspace for people. They come in, rent the space for a day or a week or whatever they like. Uh, and they got a beautiful office looking at a golf course at this point. So pretty neat stuff. So things like that are really important. I think kind of creating those opportunities for people to look at a golf course more than just the golf course and creating those value adds for them. On the flip side, economy is always interesting, right? We gotta think about the economy. We're always go through cycles, so we're gonna have to work through that. And I'm sure there'll be ups and downs. But water's really important at this point. I think thinking about water sources and how we manage water, and being real environmentally friendly on our golf courses is key. So.
Sure. Staffing as well. We're talking about getting people to work on the golf course and in the
Yeah.
clubhouse.
Yeah. It's absolutely staffing probably comes up every time, right? HR. Uh, and it is. There's challenges from what we grew up with and the 6 day work week and you'd work 80 hours a week all summer long and didn't look back. And this is just not what happens anymore. So we got to be a little more conscious of that and balance with more people. So a lot more part-timers in our mix than we used to have in the past, but just trying to find that right balance. You still need those key people. I think that's what's really important. We keep those key people long term and then give them strong support around them.
So, all in all, looking pretty positive.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
All right, Mike, let's get you out on that one then. Fantastic. I appreciate your time and
Yeah.
keep us posted on everything going on in Spirit Golf.
Hey, Rob, I really appreciate it. Good to see you.